just saw this new disturbing video from Hillsong entitled Peace. It's on their Hillsong Young and Free channel. Notice that it has 7,000 dislikes, and there's a reason for that. We're going to go over it real quick here. Also, notice there's no comments allowed. Probably the main reason is because this video is so disturbing, and it seems to be basically saying the opposite of what the lyrics say. Now, it starts off with 5 women in white. I would say it is for purity, or maybe they're virgins. It kind of reminds me of Revelation with the crowns. Looks like they're brides of Christ, maybe. Like these are churches, symbolically. At least this is what you would think with Revelation. This is kind of what it reminds me of. But it starts to focus in on this woman in the back. And what happens is there's a woman singing while these 5 are sitting here. And the woman singing is in red. Now, of course, if you think of Revelation, who's red? You have the red dragon. And of course, lady in red in occult terminology is referring to the devil as well. Now, she's singing sort of like a siren, like she's trying to impress these women that are in white. Now, you see this light shine on her eyes, and this light somehow gets her to want to take her crown off. And the way she takes her crown off is just otherworldly. It doesn't look like a human is doing it. And you can see she has long nails. It kind of reminds me of like sort of like a witch or something. Reminds me of like maybe a music video from Beyonce or Madonna or something like that. You know, some occultic video. So she takes off her crown and casts it down. But of course, Christ is not here, so she's not casting it down to Christ. All we have here is this red lady who is like a siren. She then takes off her veil and starts walking towards the red woman, or the lady in red. And she also has these very short shorts, which is kind of strange as well. And then what happens is you start to see influence on these other 4 women as well, these 4 brides, I would say, coming from this woman in red. And you start to see light, and also you'll start seeing like film or maybe videos playing in the background here, and also on the women. You can start to see video, almost like social media influence on these women. And of course, if we take the symbology from the New Testament, from Revelation, these would be churches. This would be a church or a bride of Christ in white with a crown. That's how we're supposed to be presented before Christ. And it's like this woman in red is influencing them with social media, with videos, with maybe cell phones or whatever, you know. Who knows? Just multimedia, social media. And then what happens is it has some real influence on these women, and it gets them to like take off their crowns as well and cast them down. So then the other women cast their crowns as well, almost like they're forsaking their crowns, right? And we see also more videos playing in the background, like influence from videos and movies and music. And then we see her walking up to the light, this false light, Luciferian light. And when it hits her eyes is when these things happen. You know, back in the back, when she was in the back, the light made her take the crown off. Okay? And then now, her eyes are fully in the light. This false light, you can see it's a rainbow light, which is also a symbol for the devil. Okay? And then all of a sudden she turns red. So she takes on this devilish form as well. So it's like the church has forsaken her purity, her crown, and is being influenced by the devil in this false light. This is kind of how I see it. Now, that's what I think is being said by the video. I don't think this is just like, you know, some director for Hillsong that just is trying to be worldly and trying to influence people and trying to, how can I make a bigger hit? You know, I don't think it's like that. I think this is deliberate and very direct. You can't accidentally do that, I don't think. I mean, using biblical symbolism from Revelation or just occultic symbolism, it's pretty obvious what they're saying. Okay, and of course, this ain't the first time Hillsong Church has done something that would that would be bad. Okay, we have Carl Lentz, of course, who's the New York City pastor of Hillsong, and I've done a number of videos covering him. Here's one right here where he went on Oprah and he did something. I think what he did is he basically denied the gospel or something really huge that had to do with the gospel, if I recall correctly, when he was being interviewed by Oprah. Oprah is a new age false Christian. Of course, Carl Lentz also is the mentor of Justin Bieber, and you can see right here, Bigger Than Satan was one of his shirts with Marilyn Manson on the front. You see that? Marilyn Manson right there. So Justin Bieber has his own alleged Christian clothing line with Kanye West. And one of the shirts they sell has Marilyn Manson's face on the front, and it says Bigger Than Satan on the back. Does that sound like a Christian shirt to you? I don't think so. So you have Justin Bieber also going to Hillsong conferences wearing, actually, let me show you that. I think I have it back here. One sec here. Where did it go? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. We have Justin Bieber going to a Hillsong conference wearing a Marilyn Manson shirt. This is the shirt he's wearing. And him and actually Marilyn Manson became kind of buddies for a while even. He even has a selfie with Marilyn Manson right here. And this is a guy who's supposed to be allegedly a Christian. He started out as a Christian. It's sort of like this video here. He started out with maybe a real Christian, and then he became what you see right here, a false church, a false Christian that's leading people astray and corrupting others. So also this, I mean, it doesn't end there. Trust me, it's it's a lot of stuff. We'll cover this in a second here. This was a Easter special that was really messed up, more like a Gwar concert or maybe just Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome or something. And then we have this here. Let me play this for you and you'll see what I'm getting at. This is pretty ridiculous. A woman's conference. You'll be shocked what was at a woman's conference. All right. Spandex underwear at a woman's Hillsong conference. Okay, so we're talking about alleged Christian women's conference where you would think you would be taught like Christian godly values or something about the Bible or something, you know? You think you'd be learning something from God, from the Bible, and instead you have a nearly naked cowboy and a bunch of women dressed in short skirts dancing around, and then SpongeBob dancing around on the stage, and a bunch of other weird stuff. It reminded me of like an Adam Sandler movie or something. That's just one. Okay, then you got this one. Actually, I got to get past the advertisement. Maybe if I hit refresh, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then he also does the hand up and down in the center. Right here. It looks like a Baphomet in the center. And then he also does the hand up and down. Carl Lentz, the guy's name is. And then you got Austin Powers at the women's conference. So you got Naked Cowboy, SpongeBob, Austin Powers, women in short skirts dancing around with their legs being kicked up in the air towards the crowd, by the way. I thought that was really tasteful, especially in church, you know. And then, of course, I did this video, Hillsong Easter, which basically looked like a Gwar concert, according to one of my subscribers. I thought it looked like Mad Max meets Black Magic Illuminati ritual. That happened this year. This is just insane. Just check this out. think you get the picture there. It's pretty disturbing. I don't think that looks anything like the Passion of the Christ from what I understand.
Yeah.
Alright, so you've seen those two. You get kind of an idea what's going on here. So it's almost as if they're telling us what they're doing, hidden in plain sight. They're trying to corrupt the church. They're trying to get you to cast your crown down, your purity, and to basically listen to the devil and his false light. You have these false converts like Carl Lentz, Justin Bieber, Kanye West. All these guys are satanic, but they pretend to be Christian. This is what we got going on, you know. So it's pretty ridiculous, actually. Kind of wondering what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Honestly, I think this is pretty disturbing. And this video, I mean, the fact that they have so many thumbs down and they disable comments, clearly they know what they're, I mean, they know that people don't like this. And, I mean, even if I was completely ignorant, let's just say I didn't know anything about biblical symbology or the occult symbology or anything. Let's just say I'm completely ignorant of all that stuff, and I just watched that video. I would think it looked weird anyways. I would think it looked very strange and odd and just off, you know. So, I mean, that alone should just tell you there's something wrong here. And I don't think it was accidental. I think it was very deliberate. There's some people, some wolves working in on this. I'm not saying everybody at Hillsong's bad, because I actually don't think that's the case. I think there's probably some good people there. I wouldn't doubt it. I think some wolves have crept in, and this is intentional, and they're trying to steer, you know, this whole ministry a wrong direction. And I think Carl Lentz is one of them. I really do. I think he's a big part of it. You know, he's the pastor himself. So, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.